Welcome to another hot, sunny Oklahoma day. I'm Kyle Broderick, and you're watching the Social Regressive's continuing review of the new Savage Model 110 Scout. Today's challenge pits 8 shooters of all skill levels against moving targets. We'll have a guy in the pit walking around with a target over his head, and the rest of us will shoot at it at 100 yards and 200 yards. The Scout will not only have to contend with this dynamic environment, it's also locked in a death match with a standard hunting rifle to see which gun our shooters prefer at the end of the day. Both are shooting the same hand-loaded .308 ammunition. Both scopes are cranked down to the same low magnification. Make sure you watch to the end so you don't miss the group discussion. Patrons of the Destructive Arts suggested today's challenge and provided the necessary materials and reloading components. If you'd like to get involved, check out the Patreon page. Anytime, Justin.
Go.
All right, so any hits?
What's the result? How are we looking?
Center mass and kidney.
Center mass and kidney.
I'll take that.
That's a hit. Good shot. Shooter, you ready?
Cycle your bolt.
Oh, that was a miss.
Don't need?
Yep.
Don't need you?
You need to.
Cycle it. Go. Put up. There you go. Okay.
All right. Go. Confirmed. A miss or hit?
Negative. Just on both.
And I've got you on 2x. If you want more, you can crank it up. Fireball is huge.
Kidney.
Hit kidney. Hit kidney. Confirmed hit.
Okay.
Thank you.
I think I missed.
Negative.
Missed.
Shooter ready? Ready. Go.
Hit center mass.
Hit center mass.
It don't get much better than that. Nice shot.
He said it's about as good as it gets. Nice shot.
Hit left kidney.
Hit left kidney.
Shooter ready?
Ready.
Whenever you want to go, go.
Let him.
Ooh, that looked good.
Miss.
Oh no.
He's shaking.
Ready.
Whenever you're ready.
Miss. Shoulder.
Hit center mass.
Nice shot.
Nice shot, man. That was a very good one.
All right, ready.
Go.
I led that.
Right kidney. Confirmed hit. Good shot. Man, that dude's running.
Oh.
Sounded like a hit.
Sorry, sucker.
What? Come back, Giggles.
Excellent shooting, Kendrick.
All right.
Man, there's Jacking with you. Did he hit it?
Walking out of the pit.
Good shot.
That was a
Okay.
hit.
Yeah, he's coming out of the pit.
Sweet.
We've got a cold range.
Oh, here we go.
Right there.
I missed that one.
Go again when you're ready.
We're doing the old style. I think I was back on that one.
Did he hit it?
Missed. Yep.
Oh, good one.
Is that a hit?
Go.
Well, there's no
They weren't
communication now.
Signal. Here. My phone works down there.
Oh yeah.
So why don't
my
I go
phone is
down?
working over here, so I can call you.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. I'll go swap with him.
Go. How was that?
Left side.
Hit left side. Okay.
All right, go.
Go.
How was that?
That was a good shot.
Gut shot. What did he say?
It's a good
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah. I'll go do
Miss?
Yeah.
You hit it.
Hit it.
Yes.
Where at? Good shot.
Ooh, that looked good. That looked good.
What was that?
Good shot. Where at? Where'd you hit it? Center of the mat. Right in the chest.
Dude.
That was a good one, man. I like it.
Good shot.
That was low.
Hit the berm.
I heard it's Corey.
Yeah, dropped it. They got dirty. Hit it?
Right shoulder.
Okay.
Right shoulder. What?
Right shoulder.
Right shoulder.
Thank you. All right. Ready?
Okay, ready. Go. What?
I was to the left.
Go.
Go. Yep. Go.
What happened, Zach?
All right.
You pull it, or did you hit it?
You got to
No, I hit it. I was to the right.
Whack it.
Give it a slap. Slap up.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
I like the other one.
I like this one.
Buttery
The
smooth.
action, the action on that other one is,
It's like
yeah.
Orville Reinbacher. It's buttery smooth.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you made
Alright,
that
now
comment
it's
several
Justin.
times last go around. Buttery.
Yeah.
Headshot.
Headshot.
Show off.
Missed him.
How was that?
Missed him.
Right in the heart.
Oh, you got a heart shot.
Headshot
Nice.
and hard shot.
It's up to
Of
you.
course.
Hey, I like the scope.
Looks
Alright.
good.
Scope. So, tell me when you're ready.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, okay, go.
Where's the trigger? There it is.
Ugh.
Oh, that was mean.
Missed.
Jack,
The crap was that?
fixed bayonets.
How was that?
Huh?
Give him a real second.
What?
Time to go again.
Oh, go again. Grab one more.
Go again. Okay.
There's that
Round.
one around. Tell him to get higher.
Higher, please.
It's too easy.
Send a mess. All right.
Nice.
Shot.
Good shot.
Go?
Yeah, go.
Whoa, hold on.
Wait, yeah, it's a different.
What?
Oh.
What color tip was that?
Red.
That was a subsonic.
Oh.
Sorry. I was afraid that was a squib. Go ahead and cycle through that one.
Okay.
It was almost too much.
Which one are we supposed to be shooting?
Did it hit?
Did it hit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do it again. Do it again. Take it.
That's awesome. Subsonic.
Just
really.
aim. I guess you aimed fine. Just do it again.
All right.
All right, go.
Ooh,
No,
dirt.
was low.
Dirt. What's dirt? This one.
Which tips were we
I
supposed
was wondering why I was like,
Yeah, we saw it.
I thought it was a squib.
no. Oh no, I felt it go. I was wondering why there
I
was
just
no
handed him 2
recoil.
bullets on it. I didn't know which
Right.
one we were using. Here, go for these.
That one felt right.
Sound like the real deal
Something?
there.
Didn't have a plug in.
That's a miss.
That's a miss. All right.
That's a
Like that,
miss?
that one and that little-
Oh man, that was close then.
Okay, go.
Do I need to stand still and then try it again?
All right, you're gonna do it again.
All right, all right.
Go.
That's a hit. In the neck.
In the neck. All right,
Go.
go. What was that?
That's good. You get the trailing wrist.
Hit what?
Trailing wrist.
Be out of the fight for sure.
Oh, it must be ribs.
Oh.
Must be ribs.
It was ribs?
You're not even giving him a chance.
I'm not, dude.
Where? Heart. All right.
That's why. I'm gonna do 2 quick shots with this, 2 quick shots with the other, and then we'll move on to the next guy.
Okay. Hey, there's
Go a little
one in the
faster.
chamber, but the bolt's not on the way in.
Thanks.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, go.
Oh, sorry, we didn't tell him. There we go.
Okay, Corey, just to let you know, he's gonna give 2 shots straight away, so you don't need to lower down.
Good.
Nice.
How was that?
2 hits.
2 hits. All right.
4 for 4. Good shoot.
Was one of them in the bowels?
Perforated
One
bowel.
of them was in the bow.
One was the wrist, and one was the trailing lungs.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, that looked good.
Shoot again, or Gleason.
Rack it again.
The bolt.
Racket bolt.
Rack it.
There you go.
That was terrible.
A little high on that one.
Here, on the next pair, after you take your first shot, Gleason, just go ahead and rack it. And when you bring the gun up again, just get comfortable, track it, slow down, and then take your shot.
Okay. There you go.
That looked good. Take a breath.
There.
Nice shots.
Much better.
Yeah, 2 hits.
There you
Oh.
go.
2 hits.
That's your gun, Gleason.
Trailing bowel.
That's your one, man.
In the collarbone.
Cycle it again.
That was good.
The first shot was a low gut shot.
The second one?
Second shot was a miss.
Up, up.
You had 2 hits.
2 hits.
Good shot.
Good shot.
One is the bottom edge of the target. Second shot is the leading lung.
How was it?
Target is clean.
Target is clean.
Miss, 2 misses.
2 misses?
Oh,
That is correct. Oh,
there he is.
He was working hard.
Oh, that was a miss.
How was it?
I'm good, thank you.
1 shot in the lung and 1 miss.
Yeah, second one missed.
Where are you going?
That's a nice one.
I don't know about those.
Sorry?
Corey, your turn.
Heart shot.
What's the difficulties?
Shot the stick in half.
That sounded like 2 impacts. Oh, they are right next to each other. Both of them trailing shoulder.
Alright.
Good grouping.
Thank you. Good shot. It's okay, I'll offset it with this one. You're still good? Okay.
Alright, go.
Beautiful. We have a left lung and a stomach.
Alright.
Good shooting.
Good shooting. Okay. 4.
Center mass. Beautiful.
Good shot. Alright.
Oh, that felt good.
That, Meg.
Shot 1 was a miss. Shot 2 down to the bounce.
The miss and bounce.
Huh?
That shot.
The first one was the miss,
The second one was in the gut?
was in the bounce.
Okay. Get him. Get him.
Shot 1,
Yeah.
center mass.
Uh-huh.
Shot 2, miss.
Center mass and miss. Alright.
Close one.
Hey, you're shooting at the moving one. That's a good shot. Looks like it.
How was it?
There you go.
2 misses.
Ah.
Okay.
I missed both of those.
First shot was a hit. Right side kidney. Second shot was a miss.
Okay. A kidney and a miss. Alright.
No, I think that was trailing.
Very left target.
Very left edge of the target.
Okay.
Got it.
Oh,
That was a hit in the belly button.
Hit in the belly button.
okay.
Not bad.
Good kill.
That's a hit. That's a hit. The left kidney.
Left kidney.
Okay.
Making money, huh?
That was left shoulder.
Left shoulder.
Good shooting.
At least more to shoot.
Okay.
Yeah.
No?
Miss.
Below
Okay.
the target.
Below the target. Miss. Where did you lead it?
I'm sorry? Oh, ho, 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 ho.
Uh-oh.
Looks like a clean target.
Hey. Caught in the feeder ramp.
That's all right. That'll shoot.
Will it? Okay.
Yeah.
There's
Going
one
right
right.
edge.
Good shot.
I missed that one.
They said you missed.
Yeah, way missed. Shooter's ready.
Did you see what he's doing?
What?
Ready? Yeah.
Ready.
Oh!
I hit the dirt in front of it, didn't
Yeah,
I?
I did. Oh, pulled. I pulled.
That's a miss. Clean target.
That looks good.
Is that a headshot?
That's a miss.
Miss.
Oh,
Must have hit the shoulder.
if he had ears, it would have taken them
Yeah,
off.
probably so. It'd have gave him some earrings. It'd have pierced them ears.
That's a miss. That's a little low. That was definitely low.
Aim, aim high a little bit. Ask him to.
That was a miss.
Close.
Miss.
Oh, just
Three
behind.
hits.
What?
Oh, okay, that was 3 hits. 3 hits. You got
Three
one
hits.
on the left edge, right lung, and then down in the stomach.
That was.
Hit upper shoulder.
Hit upper shoulder.
Left shoulder. Miss.
Miss.
Oh, hi.
Were we all standing there shooting? Miss.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a little firm.
Crap.
Pick it up a little bit. There you go. Shoes ready?
Left arm. Center mass.
Center mass.
Whoa.
Ah, good shot.
Good
Got
shot. I shot behind.
Yes.
Oh, call ended.
Well, then I didn't miss. We just finished shooting at 100 and 200 yards with both of these rifles to see if we could kind of come up with an idea of what we thought of each of them, and in the scenarios where a scout rifle is supposed to be used, whether, you know, one might really work better than the other. So I'm kind of curious to hear from each of the shooters here today and hear which rifle they would want to take home, you know, regardless of price, doesn't matter which, and just what they thought about the various parts of it. You know, go ahead guys, talk about triggers, talk about how it fit into your shoulder, how easy it was to get behind the scope, what you thought of the image through the scope, and actually, hey, Kedrick, take it away.
Oh, all right. Put me on the spot. Let me see. Things I like about the Stevens is, of course, the Boyd's one stock, or the at one stock. Boyd's at one stock. There we go. The optics on there are so crystal clear. Love those. I'm not so sure I'm a fan of the trigger. I can't even say why. It's just the feel of it. I like the AccuTrigger on the Savage better. I suppose it depends on what for. As far as a carry-around rifle, I could quickly acquire targets with the Scout. There we go. Overall, is the Stevens, I feel maybe it has a lot to do with the stock and the optics and just the overall build. It just looks and feels like a beautiful rifle. I enjoy shooting that at longer distances. I shot that at 600 yards before, and it was so comfortable. It was awesome. As far as something I'd want to carry around all day and maybe go hunting with, more versatile, definitely the Scout. It's got a good solid feel to it. It actually feels heavy to me. The center of gravity is nice though. Like I feel like I could carry it around all day comfortably.
How about recoil?
Recoil. I couldn't say I noticed a difference between the two. It was all day long. I didn't notice any recoil really. It was negligible to me. I could keep shooting all day long.
And I think Dallas here is holding his favorite. So go ahead, write some poems.
So I got to shoot this one, the Stevens with the At-One Boyd stock at 600, and I got to shoot it, and it was comfortable. I think what I would pick between the two is I would pick this one because for some reason I was able to look through down the sight a lot smoother and quicker than the Scout. Although the Scout, it gave a lot less eye fatigue because when you're looking at it with both eyes open like you should, that one's not fatiguing your eyes as bad as the Stevens does. But as comfortability wise, I would probably pick this one any day. It's just the stock is so adjustable. The optic is so nice. It's very comfortable. Anybody that doesn't even have experience can come and grab this rifle and feel like an experienced shooter.
What do you think, Justin? Which one would you take home?
Short and sweet. I prefer this gun. I don't have anything in my arsenal quite like this. It's the first time to ever fire a Scout type setup. And I was able to do okay today. The balance, it's mentioned several times earlier, the balance on this gun was superb. I like it feels beefy. It's really heavy. You can tell, and I like that in a gun. And just when I brought it to the shoulder, it wasn't, to me, didn't seem as front heavy as the Stevens there. I like the trigger, the AccuTrigger, I believe. Very predictable break, clean, crisp. It did its part. I do prefer the scope, the optic on the Stevens rifle there. It had really good eye relief. It was clear. But overall, I like this gun for its handiness, its capability, versatility, and for what I do, this is what I prefer. Now, if I was a bench shooter, long-range shooter, I think you get advantage of the longer barrel. But for what I would use today, definitely get more advantage with the Savage here.
What do you guys think overall of shooting a low-power scope on both of them? Because we kept the Falcon down at 4x or below. What did you think of shooting at 200 with it backed off that much?
I think they were both. Yeah, they both were nice and crisp. Low powered at distance. I believe the Falcon had the better just because it's got a few more areas that you can use for hitting your mills, looking at predictability, stuff like that. This just being a simple crosshair, it was easy to acquire. You just kind of guessed a little bit more on your lead further out at distance. For what I would use this for, and if I was hunting in the woods or trees, just carrying around, if you're out on a farm, I would for sure prefer this one. Shot the Stevens, love the Stevens the last time we were out here. Yeah. This one with the AccuTrigger, love the AccuTrigger. As Justin said, it's nice, clean, and crisp. Coming off of doing some CQB the other day, this is nice and easy to manipulate. Back and forth whenever you're looking for a moving target that's just popping up. Easy to acquire. No, you said this on another review. The action's just super smooth. Just sliding it open, cycling the bolts. It's easy.
Did anybody differ on the action? It seemed like everybody thought it was a lot smoother.
Yeah, it's a very smooth. I saw a couple guys towards the end of the video though that were having trouble releasing the action on the Scout. I don't know what it was. If it was as it gets hot, it tends to stick a little bit.
That could be my ammo, yeah.
Yeah, and I know one misfed. And I caught the bullet as I was going into the feeding ramp on one.
Yeah.
So cock on open.
Yeah. So it's going to be a little heavy when you get open it anyway. Even if there's nothing in it.
Right. Something else I noticed, shooting the Stevens last time it felt good. Whenever we were doing both of these back to back, this one had a deeper draw, which for me, having longer arms, I liked it better. I was talking with Zach earlier. We shot this one and then we shot the Stevens right after it, and it felt like you were right up on the gun, right up on the scope, which isn't bad if that's what you're looking for. But if you're used to more of a Scout and open, for me, the draw just fit better. Okay. So I really enjoyed that. I think if this were my personal gun, I might change the optic out and try to find a hybrid if possible. I don't know what's out there, but do a little bit, something that's maybe has a mil dot or something, or a hybrid between this one and the optics that's in the other rifle and the Stevens.
Yeah, there are a couple of scopes that you can get for this that are, I think, going to work better. This is actually a pistol scope, so its eye relief is actually a little further out than it should be. For this one, it's expected that you're holding your pistol, all the way out as far as your arms can go. So it's a massive, massive eye relief. And this is actually a little closer than it should be. So it's not optimal. But yeah, there are some really good ones from Vortex, and there's a really good one from Nikon out there that I'd love to try. There's an older Bushnell. I think they're phasing it out. It's an old Bushnell banner. But those would work a lot better on here. And I think we'd be happier overall.
Yeah. But overall, it's a nice setup. And again, for the purpose it was designed for, it's an excellent rifle.
Between the two rifles, did any of you guys feel like one was more stable than the other?
I like this one, stability-wise.
With this one, it felt like more of an extension of myself. And I don't know why. Probably all the things Corey was talking about. Yeah, could acquire the target well and the balance and everything.
And the fact that
easy.
We were shooting standing up at 200. With this, it felt more stable. Last time when we were shooting prone with that one, it was excellent at that range.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's its happy spot.
I will say between the two, reloading the Scout was a lot easier than reloading the Stevens, because you have to mash the bullet down through the fingers there, and the Scout has the dropout magazine box. So that was a lot more efficient and effective than trying to mash those down into the feed on the Stevens.
Yeah, I love the single stack mag in here. It's, like you say, super easy to load. It doesn't really require much pressure to get them in there. And then once you start cycling, it really is like butter. And that one, it's gonna retain them really well on that Stevens. Like if you're out hunting, I wouldn't be afraid of anything dropping out or whatever. But and we did actually try one other magazine you might have noticed in there. We took out a Steel magazine, an Accurate Mag one, and people have been asking about compatibility with some of the Accuracy International mags. The Magpul worked great for everybody, right? No mess ups, anything, yeah. But that Steel one, it seemed like we had some failures to feed that first round. I think you had one. I know I had one.
There's at least two.
Yeah. It didn't fit quite well. It seemed like it needed to seat just a little bit higher up. So what other notes do you have? What do you think of it overall?
The trigger, the predictability on the trigger was a lot better. Well, I preferred it, at least on this one.
It was obviously too short for you.
Yeah, but I shoot pistols. I don't shoot rifles very much. So this is okay.
I love the fireball. This thing, it's like a dragon. It's a thing of beauty. You can see it in the day. The heat of the day, it was still very visible, and that was kind of pleasant. I like just the audible sound it threw off from that short barrel. You could feel it in your chest, the concussion. So, thing of beauty. I like that.
And Gleidson, this is your first time really shooting a bolt action.
Yeah.
So you hit the target a bunch. Like,
Yeah.
tell us
You're just
like
doing
what it
work.
was like shooting both of them.
So basically the Stevens, I like the fitting on my shoulder, and I thought easier to aim, easier to shoot with the Stevens compared to the Scout. Basically the Scout, I felt a little bit more the coil compared to the Stevens, probably because of this fitting on my shoulder that I could fit better the Stevens than the Scout. Although, as you mentioned, to recharge, the Scout was much easier, much faster, and it's really straightforward compared to Stevens. Principally for myself, that I was first time, this one was very fast to catch it. It was very easy to put up the magazine, very easy to set up the gun to be ready to shoot, compared to the Stevens, which is not difficult as well, but it requires a little bit more attention in order to put up the bullet and everything else. Again, principally for long range, I really like the Stevens, but I see much advantages on the Scout compared.
Okay. Yeah. What do you think, Billy? Since you've shot a whole lot of critters, if you had to go out in the woods and you do some deer hunting, which one of these would you take?
I honestly would take the Scout just because of the further the optic is away. I like that better than having it right up in my face. I'm always afraid I'm gonna get scoped when I'm shooting big caliber. So having the optic further away was a nice change, and I preferred the Scout. I mean, it is a smaller barrel, but it's a good gun. I like it.
Yeah. Did anybody prefer getting on target? Was one easier than the other?
I thought Stevens was easier to get on target than Scout.
You think is the function of the scope or the rifle?
Was the scope?
Okay.
100% the scope.
For me, the Scout was easier to get on target.
I agree.
Same here.
I like getting on target with it. The other thing I liked is the rubber inlaid in the throat as you're gripping it. So hot days, if you're sweaty or whatever, you don't have to worry about it slipping. I know just with the plastic and with the way the grip's designed on the Stevens or the Boyd's at one stock, I don't worry about it, but just if you're on a hot day, if you're sweaty, that one would be more comfortable. I would be more confident in not losing a grip on that one.
Yeah, I agree. I think on both of these, it felt like I could kind of put my hand anywhere on the stock, like especially the forearm, like get way out front if I wanted a little bit more stability, pull back, and it was all work, felt really good. But I love these rubber panels on the fingers because we are really sweaty today. It's stinking hot out here and really humid, and yeah, this one didn't feel like it moved at all. It felt fantastic. And of course, this guy, last time we had this rifle out, we didn't use this little section of the forearm. This has more of a beaver tail going on, fills the hand. Did everybody like that?
Yeah, I noticed the difference. I like that better for my taste.
Yeah, this might be a case where if you buy one of the @1s, just immediately go buy this, whether you're going to be shooting prone or offhand, and just leave this puppy on here because it feels nice. It has a rubberized grip. So this one doesn't move around as much. This is the one I think you're talking about.
Right.
This gets kind of slick.
Right.
Yeah, this is plastic, and it does have some texture to it, but it's not going to grip quite like the rubber on the other. So any last notes, anybody?
I will say that stock, I've actually contemplated buying the Boyd stock there. Didn't pull the trigger on it, but it might convince me to do so otherwise. I thought it was very functional.
Yeah.
The amount of adjustment you can make on it, modularity on it, and it just is also very pleasing to look at. It looks beautiful and more beautiful in person than online. So
Yeah.
as somebody that was skeptical, seeing it in person kind of changed my mind on it. So I think the stock's got a lot of promise on that.
And it fixes so many problems because with so many of the modern bolt action rifles, it's plastic. You got no weight back here, and it gets all muzzle heavy. It just doesn't feel really nice to swing up and shoot. So I think this kind of fixes that. Well, thank you guys very much for coming out and shooting. And yeah, let me just go through some names real quick so we can put some names with faces. You've met Billy before.
Corey.
Corey.
Zach.
I'm Justin.
Dallas.
Clayton. I'm Kedrick.
And you're going to be seeing a lot more of us, I'm sure.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. Even if you didn't like this particular content, go ahead and subscribe. There's probably something coming that's more up your alley. Check out this playlist right here. This is going to have videos in a similar vein to what you just watched. These 2 videos we cherry-picked for you. And finally, The Social Regressive is on Patreon. So, you can become a patron of the Destructive Arts and earn some goodies while helping us to provide high-quality videos just by kicking us a few bucks a month. Thanks a bunch for your patronage.